is up, Squid Family, and welcome back to another Squid Family video. So, I know that it has been a long time since I spoke to you guys last, but there has been a lot that has gone on, so I thought I would give you guys a little bit of an update. As you guys can tell, I'm in a new space. I finally moved, so this video is a little bit about that and about some other stuff that I have got going on. So sit back, relax, grab some snacks, grab a drink, because this one is gonna be a long one. So when I last spoke to you guys, I just worked out was 4 months ago. We were at draft contract stages with the house. So that all went through fine. I had a couple of little issues here and there just because of my completion date was coming up so quickly and nobody was ready. I had been told by my estate agent what date we would be completing on, and it turns out that I wasn't actually supposed to be told that date. So my solicitors and I and the executor of the will started working our asses off to try and get everything sorted for the completion date, which now obviously, as you guys can tell, went fine. It was a real struggle to get through all of that. We kind of at the last minute had to run in to my solicitor's office and sign a bunch of paperwork that hadn't been done yet. And because I was moving on a Friday, we had to rush things over the week before. So the Friday before, I was going to my partner's to spend the weekend with him because of a family event, and I got a call from my solicitors going, hey, can you come in on Monday to sign the paperwork, to sign the contract? And I was like, I'm not going to be here. I'm not going to be at home. So we managed to get a time slot for that Friday. So I literally went in, signed the paperwork, and then came straight to my partner's, which was crazy, but we managed to get it done. And then I had a week to pack up the rest of my stuff and to just make sure that everything was sorted for the new people. So once I then had got back from staying at my partner's for the weekend, I was literally against the clock, packing and trying to get all my stuff in boxes. I managed to get a movers for the specific date that I needed, and I was just literally balls to the wall, packing everything and anything that I could. And even then, when it came down to D-Day, i.e. moving day, I still wasn't fully packed. I had my partner's sister, my partner, my partner's mum, and myself still packing things when the movers were coming in and out collecting my stuff that was already in boxes, which was crazy. I fully wasn't prepared, but when it came down to it, we managed to get everything sorted. So then moving here was crazy. So I was waiting for a call from my solicitors to say, yep, all the money's gone through, you can now go and collect the keys. Oh my gosh, that felt like that call took hours. So my solicitor had told me on the Friday before, don't phone us until 1:30 because, banks and everything, it's going to take a while as it is a Friday. So I was like, that's fine. 1:30, I jump on the phone because I hadn't heard anything. And I'm waiting and waiting and waiting and nobody picked up. So I was like, great, this isn't the best. So I then tried to phone the estate agent for this house to figure out from their end if everything had happened. I managed to get through to the estate agent, and he had basically said, I'm not sure of anything yet, let me check my emails and I'll get back to you. Within 10 minutes of being off of the phone to the estate agent for this house, I got a call from my solicitor saying that everything had gone through fine, which was awesome. So I then, after that, got a call from the estate agent for this house, and he confirmed everything has all gone through, everything has gone well, and I then could go and collect the keys. Now that was insane. So we had 2 moving vans, my partner's mum's car, my partner, me, my partner's sister, and her baby to try and get here. And I had to go and collect the keys. So I asked my partner and his sister if they could go on the vans with the movers because they knew where we were going, and I would go with my partner's mum to go and collect the keys. I managed to go and do that fine, and then we got a call from my partner's sister saying, we're not sure of which road it's on. And I went, well, my partner's got the information, he can tell you, he knows roughly where it is. And that was a whole debacle, but we finally got here. Now, my road is really skinny, and we had an issue getting the moving vans down here, but thankfully, everything went okay. So I picked up the keys at 3, and I was moved in, all of my stuff was in the house by 8:20, which was nuts. Those guys moved so quickly. I couldn't have been happier with them, or so I thought. So on the Saturday after I moved in, I had my amazing Auntie Synth come up with her son and his girlfriend because she let me have her old sofa for nothing. And I'm so glad that she did that, because otherwise I would have had to have forked out £400 for a sofa. So she came up and delivered my sofa for me, and I asked if we could go back to the old house because there were still some things left there. So I still had the key for my grandparents' house until the Wednesday after I moved. And I'm so glad that I did still have the key, because there was so much of my stuff still left in that house. So in my old bedroom, we kind of split it in half and had one half is stuff that's staying to go in the skip, and the other half of the room was stuff that I was keeping and that was coming here with me. And I had said exactly that to the movers, pointed out the stuff that's coming, leave the rest of the stuff basically. And they had still left half of that stuff in that bedroom at the old house, which I wasn't happy with, but it was fine because I managed to go and pick it all up. And it was nice for my auntie to go and see the old house to say goodbye to it for the last time. So once we'd got all of that sorted, we came back here, loaded the stuff that we'd picked up into the house. And yeah, I have been here now for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and I still have a buttload of unpacking to do. I have only just kind of sorted out roughly where things are going. I still have a ton of furniture to figure out what's staying, what's not. I still have a load of stuff in boxes that I need to unpack. It is mainly this room and half of my bedroom that is unpacked and sorted the way roughly I want it. Honestly, guys, moving is stressful. I do not recommend it, especially if you're on your own. I was so lucky that I had my partner and his sister and his mum to help me, because otherwise I could not have done this on my own. So then on the Wednesday, I had to go back to the old house to drop the spare key off that I had. So I got really lucky that I could keep the key until a couple of days after. I moved, which was awesome because, like I said, I still had some things left there that I needed to go and pick up. So I had to get a skip for the rest of my stuff that I just didn't want or didn't need, like a couple of old beds, a chair that I knew just was not going to fit, and just some stuff that I just did not want. So I managed to get a skip involved. I managed to get some people to help take all the stuff out and put it in the skip, and I went back to drop the key off. I also had some stuff here that I wanted to take to a charity shop and just get rid of. So whilst I was packing some stuff up from the old house, decided to just bring everything that I could, everything that I knew that would fit, all the furniture that I could get my hands on, basically, so that once I moved here, I had everything and basically didn't have to buy anything but the essentials, which I'm so glad that I did that now, because otherwise I would have been in Stuck Street. I would have been absolutely not knowing what to do. So I managed to get all that figured out. I managed to figure out payments for people and everything. And then came sorting out all of the bills. So when you move from a house, whether you own it, whether you rent it, whatever, you have to let your bill provider know moving dates and things like that. Well, I didn't know my moving date literally up until about a week before I moved. And where I was still packing stuff up, it completely slipped my mind. But I remembered that I had to take my meter readings before I moved, just so that they could estimate my final bill and that I can pay all that off. So I managed to do that fine. In fact, I just recently paid my last water bill from the old house. And then I also, once I got here, had to take readings so that I could open up new accounts. I managed to switch my gas and electric provider so that I could have both my gas and electric paid at once on one payment and just get that out of the way. I had to sort out my TV license, I had to sort out my water. Wow, I honestly cannot believe how expensive it is to own your own house, but at the same time, I'm so happy because now I have a place that I can do what I want with, I can put things where I want them, and just live how I want to live, which is insane. It is insane that a 25-year-old can own their own house, especially in this economy. It's honestly crazy, but I'm so lucky with the position that I got put in, and honestly, it's so freeing owning your own house. I absolutely love it. So, yeah, thankfully, all of that stuff went okay and I moved. I still don't feel settled. I still think, wow, I own my own place. Like, I've been back to the old house once, and I even thought that I was supposed to stay there. But then I obviously realised, oh crap, no, I don't stay here anymore. It's not my house anymore. So that's been crazy. The adjustment to everything has been absolutely insane. My house looks like a moving van has thrown up in it. So I am going to try to figure out all of that stuff at some point. I am also still seeing my friends. I know that Eden and I are going to try and meet up with our friend group at some point. I've got Fiona coming up and staying in the end of March for a few days, which is going to be great fun. And I also should have Lauren coming over at some point to come and see the house because she hasn't actually seen this place yet. So that's going to be really fun for her to see. And I just have a lot of unpacking to do now. So that is just going to be nuts. But I honestly am so happy right now. I still can't believe that I did this pretty much on my own. I mean, I had some help along the way, but pretty much it's been done on my own. So, yeah, I just hope that my grandparents are looking down on me proud and just seeing how far I've grown up. Like, this time last year, I was still in limbo. I didn't think that I would move, you know, because it's taken from December of 23 to February of 25 to move, to sort everything out, to complete everything. Moving is such a long process, but it's really rewarding at the end point. And I still thank my nan and granddad to this day that I got put in this position. It's mad. But yeah, that is it from me for an update. Once I've gotten everything sorted in this house, I will hopefully give you guys a house tour. And I have a lot of other videos in the works as well, which is nuts. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and if you have, please give it a like, maybe even hit that subscribe button down below, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!